Good morning. There we go. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Inspired? Ready to do great things? So I'd like to welcome everyone and thank our hosts, Jamae and Angela, for this fantastic event and asking me to come speak. My name is Michelle Goad, and I'm the Vice President of Talent Development at Delaware North. And so my kids always ask me, "What do you do, Mom?" I say, "I'm a talent scout, and I help people become stars." And they said, "Well, why don't you introduce me to some of those movie stars that you're developing?" And I said, "You're a star. Everybody can be a star, and you can all reach your full potential." So I'm originally from Chicago, in Cleveland today, and I'm really proud to represent Delaware North. And so you may be saying, who is Delaware North? Has anybody heard of Delaware North? Show of hands. Just a few folks. And that's okay. So Delaware North, I didn't know who they were 4 years ago. I'm going to kind of take you on a journey of who they are. So how many have been to a national park like Yosemite or Grand Canyon, Kennedy Space Center? I'm seeing a show of hands. How many have been to Disney Springs or Epcot? Seeing quite a few hands there. How many in the room are Detroit Tigers or Cincinnati Reds fans? Oh, we have a few. All right, Chicago Cubs. We actually do the concessions for the Chicago Cubs. So we're a 100-year-old hospitality company, and our vision is to delight guests and make memorable experiences. We're 40,000 team members globally, and we serve over 500 million guests annually. And I was asked to share a challenge we were facing at Delaware North, the solution, and the results we achieved. So I'd like to share that with you now. So we did a team member listening survey. And unfortunately, our team members said, we don't have access to development and growth opportunities. 50% of them were saying, not enough growth opportunity, and 65% were saying they were provided with learning and development. So the problem was clear. We needed to provide more learning and development, and we needed to provide career pathways for our team members. So we set out to develop a solution. So there were 5 key things I'd like to share with the team where we really opened up the possibilities for our team members and helped them navigate their future. So first, we put together what we call Let's Talk People sessions, where all of our leaders in the company came together and they did talent reviews. And so they talked about who were our emerging leaders, who was the up-and-coming talent within our facilities that could be the next leader or the next supervisors. We talked about our high potentials, those that have opportunity or those that have the potential for bigger, broader growth. The next thing we did was we put together talent pools. So once you know your talent, we put together talent pools for development assignments, for special projects, so that more people would have access to development opportunities. Career development education. This was a game changer for us. So how often do you hear, or your HR team may come to you and say, well, own your career? Or they may say to the managers, well, you need to work with your team to put together development plans. And the manager's saying, well, how do I do that? And the team member's saying, well, how do I own my career? What are the steps that I take? And so I'm going to share with all of you some of the tools we used, and I will share them after the session as well because they were so impactful. Intentional leadership development. Everybody loves training. But we did something a little different where we said it's about experiences. If you think about most of what you've learned and how you've developed in your career, it was you were given those opportunities to take on a stretch assignment, to take on a challenge. So we gave on-the-job assignments. We gave opportunities for mentoring, for coaching, for exposure to senior leaders. And of course, we did formal development programs. And finally, we said, well, how can people grow if they don't know about the roles we have? So we gave more visibility to roles that were open in the company. And our managers, they struggled with giving feedback. They weren't necessarily great at interviewing. We wanted to keep them legal. We wanted the candidate to have a great experience. And we also wanted to make sure our team members knew if they were not selected, why they were not selected, and what they could do to develop their skills. So it was really a combination of these 5 things that were a differentiator us. And I will tell you, we have seen some significant results. So here are the tools, and I'm really excited to share. We put in place, I would say it was the most read tool within Delaware North called the Career Workbook. And all it did is it got you to think about, what did I do in the past? What did I like? What are my skills? What's my current state? What's my ideal work environment for the future? And where do I really want to go? And we had many team members reach out to say, this helped me have that career conversation with my leader. I had one team member come to me and say, Michelle, this was so valuable. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. I was looking for an international assignment. I shared that with my leader, and guess what? 6 months later, they were able to provide me with an international assignment. And so giving people the tools to have the conversation. We also have career profiles. We have internal resumes now on all of our team members, which really gets to their skills, their aspirations. So we have intelligence on our talent that we've never had before. The one I'm really excited about is the Gallup Strengths Finder. Show of hands, how many have heard of Gallup Strengths? Very powerful tool for development because it really focuses on what's right. How often do we hear, well, you have a gap, you need to fix this, you need to change this? We flipped it to say, let's focus on what's right, let's maximize the talents, and that's where we're going to focus. So I'm going to do something now for fun. I'm going to ask you to think about a natural talent that you have, something that you contribute to the workplace. And I'd like you to turn to the person to your right or left, pick somebody at the table, share your natural talent, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds for this. So real quick, what's your natural talent that you bring to the workplace? All right, let's go ahead and regroup. So what did I see in the room? How did you feel when I asked that question? How did everybody feel? Yes? Pretty good? You had a group discussion. So how often do we go back to our team members and those that we're developing and growing to really ask that question? And so my ask of all of you is to go back, shout out your strengths, share them with others, and also ensure your team members understand their strengths. And then finally on this one, we did something very interesting. We use career and strengths-based coaching. So oftentimes people want someone beyond their manager to talk to. We built an internal coaching network. And we're also looking at bringing, believe it or not, AI coaching, which can be a very powerful tool, and complementing that with our internal network. And that's something we're working on rolling out this year. So you may be asking, what are the results? Did things change? Did they get better? And I would say they're getting better. We're on the journey. And I wanted to share, part of the issue was we were not filling roles internally. And so all of the things we put in place enabled more leadership roles filled internally. So 54% today of leader roles are being filled internally. We have 350 high potentials identified and succession plans for the top leaders in the company. And so now they know when they win the lotto and they go on to do something bigger and better, they've got that person ready for their role. We have career profiles on thousands of our employees. We've never had that before, so it's pretty incredible to know who that talent pool is. Every single team member has a development goal, regardless of their position, regardless of their role, and that has been a game changer as well. We launched programs. We trained 3,500 team members, but our differentiator here is we gave more access. Before we had targeted programs just to select groups of high potentials, high performers. We said we need to open it up. The only way people can grow and learn is if you're giving that access. And so our results, we saw 10% year-over-year improvement in our listening survey scores. 60% now believe that there are growth opportunities, and 65 or 75% are saying they were provided with L&D opportunities. And so still more work to do, but all of these things and the engagement of our leaders, the engagement of our team members has been tremendous. And so to close, what I would ask for all of you, again, is to think about yourself personally, where you're going, what's next for your career, how do you leverage your strengths, and then how do you grow and develop that next generation of talent. I would love to share our career workbook with you because that has made such an impact in our team members' lives and in the conversations they're having around careers. And so reach out to me on LinkedIn. Happy to share a copy with you. If you'd like to learn more about our Career Pathways program, would love to connect. I think the best learnings come from one another. But it's been a great journey, and I really appreciate being here today to share it with you. So thank you for your time and your engagement.